Do you know what I'm going to be paying attention to in progressive spaces as a social experiment? The criminalization of homosexuality in Burkina Faso. The government, headed by the decolonial darling Ibrahim Traoré, has decided not only to ban homosexuality, but also introduce jail sentences for it. Mind you, Burkina Faso has never, I repeat, never criminalized homosexuality before this. It didn't criminalize it before French colonization, during French colonization, and up to now. And I'm honestly curious to see what the people who support him here in the West are going to do. Because it is obvious what the people who support French intervention in Africa are going to say. They're going to try to weaponize the criminalization of homosexuality as a proof that Traoré and his government are oppressive and are quashing the existence of a large swath of their population. And while they will be weaponizing this for colonialist reasons, they will also not be wrong. Because if you pass a law criminalizing queerness, that's what you're doing. There's no ifs, no buts, and no maybes. But what will the Western progressives that support him do? Are we going to have a period of intellectualization of something that is utterly unsavory under the guise that this is still a country that is still forming, that we have to have patience? Are we going to see displayed the same attitude that certain Democrats at this moment have towards trans people, which is throw them under the bus because of an idea of a greater good, but displayed by people who are progressive and leftists? Am I and other queer people of color going to have to do innumerable videos about how queerness actually has existed in Africa as a continent for thousands upon thousands of years, for much longer than any monotheistic religion? Are we queer people going to be told time and again that we are selfish by bringing up these issues and not seeing the greater good, when on the ground our brothers and our sisters are at this moment potentially petrified, feeling alone and abandoned by the very same people that seem to advocate for their liberation? And what the answer will be to all of these questions of mine, I honestly don't know. Because we live in a really interesting period of history in which we're deconstructing everything. All of the structures of power that have ruled us for the last 50, 60, 70 years. Everything is up in the air. But the attitude that we're having regarding the sides that we pick to support lost nothing of the nature of a football team that we support regardless of the faults that it has. So let's see.